or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you. Or visit requestcologuard.com.
I'm on it.
Excellent.
Start your career today. The Illinois Army National Guard could pay up to 100% of your tuition at any Illinois state-funded university or community college. You'll also support your community in Illinois during emergencies and natural disasters as you serve part-time in the Guard. Learn more at NationalGuard.com. That's NationalGuard.com. Sponsored by the Illinois Army National Guard. Aired by the Illinois Broadcasters Association and this station.
AM 560, The Answer. Prepare to have your mind opened. The lies of the mainstream media are about to be exposed, and the hypocrisy of the left is about to be revealed. This is a revolution in how you think about politics, race, and culture. You've tuned into Black and Right with John Anthony on AM 560, The Answer.
I'm coming in hot.
Yeah, changing it up on you a bit there, huh?
Yeah, coming in hot. Just like the fajita. I write what I live. My life in the speaker. I'm nice with the flow. Just like the demeanor. I'm feeding my fam. I'm feeding the meter. They got the iron while I got the steamer. I bring the fire, but you never seen her. I testify, I don't need a subpoena. They want my soul, better go to Korea. I love my dog just like I'm Peter.
Welcome to this week's edition of Black and Right on AM 560 The Answer. I'm your host, John Anthony, live in studio. I had to change it up a bit, Doug. They kind of shocked you there, didn't it? Doug's like, wait a minute. That's not the same song or the same beat that I'm normally accustomed to. I'm coming in hot this week, guys. I'm excited. I'm pumped up. I'm pumped up about you look at what's happening in the world. I feel like right now the world is on fire. I got my Black and Right shirt that Valon Galloway made me. Valon, if you're listening, well, you can't watch the show because you're not on Facebook. Oh, sorry, troublemaker. I got your shirt on today. I'm fit to be tired. I'm confused. I don't know. There's so many adjectives that I could use to describe how I'm feeling when you look at what's happening to the world, when you look at what's happening to the state of Illinois, the city of Chicago, when you look at what's happening to America. It's like, where are the adults? Where are the leaders in this country? It's like they've all, ever since, they defeated the strong man, everybody else is hiding. They're hiding. Nobody really wants to, it's like, that's why I had to bring in my friend, Dennis Cook. He's the president of Strive Strategies. He's worked in tons of campaigns. I'll let him, tell you who he is. He's been a friend of mine from the moment we met. We clicked, and I said to myself, I have to get him on the show because we need to have a discussion about where did America go. Dennis Cook. I got to come up with you a nickname. I'm working on it. I was gonna say Dennis the Menacing Cook. I don't know yet though.
No.
You don't like that one?
You do much better than that. I mean,
welcome to Black and Right, Dennis.
this is awesome. Thanks for having me here, John.
You like that new intro?
I liked it. It was good. I listened to that on the way here. You didn't know that, but I was listening to that all the way here from the North Shore.
The North Shore.
Yeah.
So what's going on, man? Who's Dennis Cook and help me today. I really need your help today because I'm flustered. I really am flustered about what I'm seeing, that's happening not only to the state, but to our country.
Well, John, you and I have known each other now a few years, more than a few years. I mean, 10 years have flown by, and I've come up and, I've run for office. I was a school board member.
No, wait, stop right there. You didn't just run for any old office, though. What actual office did you run for?
Then I ran for lieutenant governor, took the risk in 2010 and jumped into that crazy seven-way primary, which no regrets, loved it. Made the joke. I said, next time if I raise enough money, I'll buy a full map of the state of Illinois. But, after that campaign, I went full-fledged back into running campaigns, focusing on polling and data. At that time was heavily involved in the national YRs.
Yeah.
And by 2015, I became chairman of the national YRs. And at 2016, I actually spoke at Trump's first convention.
I know, I was there.
Day one. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yeah, you actually got to be behind the stage and behind the scenes.
Moment I'll never forget.
Yeah.
As time has gone on, removed from that, there's a lot of things I won't forget, like the little things. Sitting in the green room with a lot of great conservatives, and having conversations. I mean, it was something that I didn't take in all at that time, but as time's gone on now, it's like, man, I did that. That was cool. And since then, been running campaigns, staying heavily involved, been switching more and more, I would say, in the last cycle and a half, as we've talked offline, about digital.
Yeah.
Campaigns
Because that's where it's going, right?
That's where it's all going. Connected TV, OTT, audio, digital campaigning is going to open up to where we're going to help conservatives or Republicans down ballot in municipal races be successful.
Yeah.
Mail, as we know, struggling.
Snail mail.
I mean, stuff bouncing back, and
I'll tell you, I saw, I have a smart TV. So, and even on the Amazon Fire Stick, ads pop up while I'm watching television or while I'm going to the next thing on the Fire Stick. What is that?
That's
what you're talking?
It's exactly what that is. Yeah. So the Fire Stick, Pluto TV, Fubo, all those things. So what you're able to do now is you take your if it's no different than a mail file list, I can match that. I can find you. That's just one targeting segment piece that we do now. And we're able to see real time where you're watching the TV, where you're watching the placements go.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter, not like linear TV where you got to place it on CNBC, Fox News, stuff like that. Now it just follows.
And it's easy to track the data because you know where they're. Because do you get is there something that kicks back to you, like IP address or IP of that television, so you know that somebody.
So
saw it?
Right now, if we wanted to, we could put a net around this building go back for 6 months, and anybody who came in and out of this building will capture their IP addresses. And now send them ads about John Anthony's show.
That's scary,
right? And whether it's audio or digital TV ads, and it will run the same way.
Wow.
So yes, it's all IP address driven, but then on the other side, we have about a 70-75% match rate when it comes down to taking mail files.
Yeah, I mean, I'm ready for this show today because we're going to be talking coming up. Bob Grogan.
Good guy.
I'm not going to call him former auditor. Because we can't, and if you hold on, I mean, you stick around, you'll see why we can't call him former auditor just yet of DuPage County. I'm really excited to talk about him because I want to know if others may benefit from. We're not going to talk about it yet. We're just gonna tease people.
I like that.
We're gonna tease people but I really want to know if others will benefit from the decisions that have been made in his in that race. We're going to be talking with Dave Chitokis. He's an attorney, too, constitutional attorney. I mean, you just look at what's happening across this country. I won't say the name of the, because some people will say, you better shut up about that election. It's over. Yeah, but I'm looking at what's happening in Arizona, what's happening in Michigan. I don't think Pennsylvania is going to do anything. What do you think as far as calling for a forensic? I think every presidential election should have a forensic audit.
Talking with our good friend Mike Pisteric, Representative Pisteric out in.
Better get it right.
Right, because we're going to hear about it because we know he listens to this show. He doesn't, there's not going to be an audit. He doesn't feel.
That's what he told me.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
But you can't forget what happened here 2 years ago.
What?
No, I mean, with in regards to the midterms, gubernatorial, like there were places that you had 90% turnout in the apartment buildings. Okay, I mean these are real things that are going to come up again.
Yeah, I said that what we saw in 2020 was the Chicago way introduced to the entirety of America, and how politics are done and how elections are won in Chicago, and I think we pushed that out because the greatest thing the devil ever done was introduced to people that he doesn't exist. And that's the same what happens in Chicago with how they steal elections, voter fraud. Hey, it doesn't exist. You can't prove it. Of course.
Well, I'll tell you what, and I know we'll talk about it later, but as of last night with the new maps that came out, you want to talk about pushing Chicago influence out further to the burbs and so forth. If the people of this state, they don't understand how this remap stuff works, but I think we got to do what we can to highlight and talk about this and because what we talked about here, some of those districts are. I mean, it's comical.
So
flat out comical.
Just a preview of it. I'm in the 75th district. If the way the map looks, the Mark Batnick's district is now in the lower half of Kendall County. It's never been there. but it's like they carved out that one section of Democrat voters. It looks like it might be like there's a couple of subdivisions in my where I live. They literally carved those out and removed that heavy Union Democrat influence from the district to give it. I think they're gunning for him. I do. I think they're really gunning to try to take him out by bringing that much more Democrat influence or Democrat voters into. I think he's the 97th or 98th, whichever. I forget his number. That's exactly what you're talking about.
And this would be a good topic to talk about with David too, because how do you fight that in
Yeah.
court? How do you fight that in the state Supreme Court? Because I'll tell you what, I mean, we're probably gonna be a losing battle, but we got to fight. We got to talk about it. We got to talk about this because you got the Orland Park Senate District goes from the border of Will County to Robbins and then up to Roseland neighborhood.
Wait. We're gonna talk about this more because whose Senate seat is that?
I don't know whose that is.
Is that Hastings?
No, Hastings is further to the south.
Okay.
So I'm trying to think who that seat
Oh, we'll
would
look
be.
it up. We'll look it up and find out who that
That's
Senate
that
seat
seat
is.
goes like this out to Robbins and then goes north up to Roseland.
So does it look more gerrymandered now than the previous
Oh,
one?
a little bit.
Guys, that's my good friend Dennis Cook. He's the president of Strive Strategies. We're going to have a good time today. We're going to be talking up Bob Grogan, auditor of DuPage County. There's a lot going on in his race, and stick around. If you're listening to Black and White on AM 560 The Answer, I'm your host, John Anthony. I'll come up with a nickname. We'll be right back.
Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson.
Maybe somebody could ask Miss Alvarez what her 22-year-old son was doing. Why did he flee police? Why did he have a gun? Like Robert in Schaumburg.
I watched the whole video. This guy got what he deserved. You know, he needed to be put down, but he doesn't need to lay on the ground and
We're
die.
talking about a human being.
Start your day with Chicago's Morning Answer. Weekday mornings starting at 5 on AM 560. The Answer.
Balance of Nature's fruits and vegetables in a capsule, changing the world one life at a time.
This stuff is fabulous. Your commercials don't even do it justice. The energy, everything, it's just amazing. Even mental acuity, just to keep the mental acuity going and the strength. And I'm 68. I'm going to be 69 in a few months, and I feel like I'm 30. I really do. I feel good. In fact, people say, your skin looks so nice lately. Thank you. You know, it's balance of nature. It's amazing.
Get a wide variety of all your daily recommended servings of whole fruits and vegetables without having to leave your home. Right now, Balance of Nature is offering free shipping and 35% off on any new preferred order. Call 800-2468-751. That's 800-2468-751. Or by going to balanceofnature.com and make sure to receive this special radio offer by using discount code Chicago.
Hi, it's Sean Thompson. You've probably seen the stories that some big box retailers are caving under the pressure from the progressives, also known as neo-Marxists, to take MyPillow products off their shelf. By now, you've all heard me talk about MyPillow and how Mike has done it again by introducing his new My Slippers. Mike has taken over 2 years to develop. They are designed to wear indoors and outdoors all day long. My slippers are made from MyPillow foam and impact gel to help prevent fatigue, and made with quality leather and suede. I have the suede ones, love them. For a limited time, Mike is offering 40% off his new My Slippers. You can show your support for this great American company by ordering. Don't let cancel culture win. At MyPillow.com, you'll also find deep discounts on all MyPillow products, including the Giza Dream Bed Sheets, MyPillow Mattress Topper, and MyPillow Towel Sets. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the Radio Listeners Square, and use my promo code LIBERTY. Or call 800-489-0201, and don't forget to use my promo code LIBERTY.
Hi, break time?
I know you.
I'm Cologuard, a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. It seems like you take care of yourself.
I do. I play tennis. I try to eat well.
What about screening for colon cancer?
Not yet.
Don't wait. Colon cancer is more treatable when it's caught in early stages.
Tell me more.
Cologuard is non-invasive and is used at home. It detects altered DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers.
92%?
Yep, even those in early stages.
This was seen in a clinical study with patients 50 and older. Any positive result should be followed by a diagnostic colonoscopy. False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement for colonoscopy in high-risk patients. Do not use if you have had adenomas, have inflammatory bowel disease and certain hereditary syndromes, or a personal or family history of colon cancer.
Most insured patients pay $0. Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you, or visit requestcologuard.com.
I'm on it.
Excellent.
This is Black and Right with John Anthony on AM 560. The Answer.
Welcome back to Black and Right on AM 560 The Answer. I'm your host, John Anthony. I had to change the music. I wanted to more match my personality and my, as I'm aging and getting older. And some of the things.
Is it working?
It's working. I saw you in there, Bob. I haven't seen you bob your head in a while to the music. I just saw you twice today. I thought you were going to get up and dance, Doug. No?
Yeah, you got to stop thinking.
Okay. Hey, but welcome back to Black and Right. Before the break, we were talking, Dennis, I'm with my guest co-host today, and I think I've come up with a name, and I didn't realize it was something that you were named when you were in high school, I believe it is.
High school and college, yeah.
Dennis the Chef Cook. Doug, thank you, Doug. Doug helped me come up with that one. He helped me come up with that one. But the chef, what is it about the chef?
It's just cooking.
Cooking?
Cooking.
Cook up some things, right? Make stuff happen,
It,
right?
it was after a 3-day practice, and we were sitting there, and somebody started singing. The chef keeps on cooking, and barbecue ribs. It was kind of funny. We're sitting there joking around after a 3-day practice, and everybody started calling me the chef. And they started singing some old school songs, so chef stuck with ever since that 3-day practice.
Yeah,
so.
and speaking of cooking up some things, you've been following what's happening in the DuPage County Auditors race.
Yeah.
Wow. You're
Well,
right. I mean,
that's all you gotta say
it
is-
leaves you speechless to think that, what's happening in DuPage and what's been happening in Cook County has found its way out to DuPage County. And as I was reading the one of the articles on it, I was just like flabbergasted that Bob Grogan won an actual full recount. Yeah. A full recount, but it was just specific to his auditor's race. Joining us today is, I'm going to continue to call him the auditor until there's some resolution to this. Auditor Bob Grogan, welcome to Black and Right.
Thank you.
So, there he is. I love how matter of fact and to the point he is.
Such an auditor.
Yeah, such an auditor.
Such an auditor.
But Bob, this guy, Bob is like really somebody who's taking this job seriously. He's the only certified public accountant. He's a certified fraud examiner. He's also the president of Illinois County Auditors Association. Bob, explain to the people that are listening what's happening with your case. It went to the courts, and then you got a reprieve to do an entire recount?
Yeah. So, on election night, like a lot of folks, I was winning. And then I don't know, is it racist? The Chinese water torture kept happening, drip, drip, drip.
Yeah.
For the 2 weeks after. And on the final day, 14 days after, I finally ended up upside down, even though I was winning the 13 days before that. And I lost by 75 votes.
Oh.
Now, in context, 75 could be a lot in a, dog catcher race.
Right.
But in a county the size of DuPage during a presidential election, what that meant was I lost by 0.02%. Another way of looking at it is I lost by 2 votes per town in Illinois, in DuPage County, or less than 1 vote for every 12 precincts. If you're a political operative, you know what a precinct is. Yeah. So what we did was, and we've all heard, a lot of anecdotal things like, oh, they were doing this and they were doing that. And I, so I'm an auditor. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I investigate numbers and details for a living. I got a Republican indicted on federal charges, a year ago. This is what I do.
It's not politics for you. It's not the politics.
Yeah. Right, and it doesn't, it's not a partisan thing. So we said, all right, well, we exercised our right, which was to do a discovery recount. And a discovery recount is I get to pick 25% of the precincts, and we just do a scratch and sniff, and we go and look at things. And it was interesting. We show up there the first day, and the clerk's folks are like, all right, well, you're going to stand, you have to have your masks on, you got to be behind the barrier, and you're going to watch us count from a distance. And I raised my hand. I go, I had a team of people there. I had like 15 people. And I said, well, we're not here to just watch you run the papers through the machines. We want to actually examine every ballot. And you should have seen their mouths drop open. They were just flat. They're like, what? And why would you want to do that? And then finally, actually, to the credit of the attorney for the clerk, he said, that's your right. We'll work it out. So we spent 2 weeks having a dozen or more people there every day, and we looked at probably 125,000 ballots. And because that 75 vote loss was out of about 500,000, right? And and it's any system that has 500,000 inputs, there is an error rate, right? And I call it an error rate because you can have fraud type of errors, or you can just have mistakes, right? And I can't look at a piece of paper necessarily and determine its attitude and how it got there.
Right.
But I can tell you whether it's right or wrong sometimes. So we looked at that, and the things we found hundreds, and I mean hundreds of ballots that didn't have judges' initials. And in Illinois, it says it in the statute that a judge has to initial paper ballots.
That's true.
So we found hundreds of that. The most shocking thing that I found was I asked them for a list of everybody who voted. Because, if you're in politics or whether it's school board or whatever else, you can ask for a list of, of your precinct, right? Everybody who's voted, what's their voting record, and so on and so forth. Well, I asked for a list of everybody who voted in 2020 in November.
Right.
And I added up all those names, right? It's just a spreadsheet, it's a sort and a count. And that number was more than 1,600 votes less than the ballots cast in the overall election. So I asked him, I said, what did I do wrong? Maybe you gave me the download bad. Maybe I did something wrong. Like, tell me where I'm off on this. What am I not thinking about? Is it some sort of exotic thing, a federal only ballot, or people who registered on election day? It wasn't any of that. They have no explanation. They have no explanation as to why there's 1,600 more ballots than there are people who voted. And I'm particular about my language.
Well, Bob, I got to ask Bob. Considering where this is at now, it's like, what do you need? Where's the battle going between here in the future? Right. What do you need? And also because obviously I know how the county works. Also in those other races, that was just your race. There are other close races, and I know that they didn't go down that road. But do you think it? Right. Do you think this impacted a lot of those other close races too? And I mean, it might have. So mine is so close. I mean, it's statistically a tie, right?
Yeah.
The other ones, maybe it's a smaller district and they lost, like 1/6 of the size of mine, and they lost by a couple hundred votes. Well, extrapolate that out, then that's like 1,000 vote difference compared to my 75 vote difference, right?
Yep.
So whether that actually affected their thing, it's harder to say that.
Just curious, for conversation's sake,
but it's certainly a concern.
Yeah.
And just they stack the rules to make it. I mean, it's unprecedented that I got a countywide recount.
Yeah, it is.
I'm shocked. Hard. What do you need?
Yeah.
What? I mean, you must need manpower. What's the story, Bob?
Right. It's both. I need time and treasure. So on the manpower side, I don't have a schedule yet, and they haven't told me, hey, we're going to have, one person from each team for 9 months, or we're going to have 20 people from each team for 3 weeks. I haven't heard that yet. Right now we're still arguing about the rules. And then I need donations, and Dennis can attest to this. I have never been the fundraising guy, right?
No.
I'm
trying to help you, Bob.
So
I know. No, I know that. I just always did my job.
Yeah.
And expected the people would vote for me because I do my job well.
If you're just joining the show, we're talking to Auditor of DuPage County, Bob Grogan. Now, where can people go to help you to send those donations?
Sure. It's votegrogan.com, and then there's a donate button there.
VoteGrogan.com. We run out of time, but Bob,
sorry.
Thanks so much for joining us today. I'm going to keep close tabs on this, and would you be more than willing to come back once there's some?
Anytime.
Okay.
Anytime.
Bob Grogan. I'm going to continue to call him the auditor of DuPage County because I think he's going to be reelected back as DuPage County auditor. Bob Grogan, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
Dude, and if you don't think that didn't happen across the entirety of America, I got something to sell you. I don't want to say it over the radio neither. You're listening to Black and White on AM 560 The Answer. Go to Vote Grogan, right?
VoteGrogan.com.
VoteGrogan.com.
Not .org.
Let's go help him out. You're listening to Black and White on AM 560 The Answer. Attorney Dave Shatoka is up next.
Gas prices around Chicagoland keep going up with no end in sight. How high will gas prices go? No one really knows. But AM 560 wants to ease your pain at the pump. Now, you can listen each weekday afternoon at 12:30 and 5:30 to hear the lowest gas prices around Chicagoland. And if you see a low gas price, let us know about it. Just text the word price to 64636, followed by the price and location, and we'll share it right here on AM 560. The Answer.
Fox News, I'm Roger Stern. A federal prosecutor with the Southern District of New York was one of two people hit by stray gunfire in Brooklyn last night. A bullet grazed her face while she ate at a restaurant. 2 people are dead, 8 wounded after an overnight shooting near a Minneapolis nightclub. Police spokesman John Elder says it began with 2 people.
Each individual pulled out a gun and began shooting at each other. Numerous people were struck.
One of the wounded is in critical condition. So far, so good with the ceasefire between Hamas and Israel holding in its second day. Fox's Trey Yingst is in Gaza City.
The children of Gaza who were caught in the crossfire are getting a much-needed break. In rural Gaza, a local nonprofit held a group therapy session today for children dealing with trauma.
Hamas says it will resume its fight if the ceasefire unravels. America is listening to Fox News.
A great smile can make you feel happy and confident. So when you consciously conserve your teeth, that glowing smile will show through. At Best Dental Group, Doctors Economos, Gevalis, and their staff are ready to help you create that perfect look or maintain the one you have now. Along with general dentistry, Best Dental Group is a multidisciplined practice with an orthodontist, periodontist, and prosthetic specialists on site. They use the newest breakthroughs in dental technology, such as titanium implants, Invisalign clear braces, and laser treatments. Don't let fear get in the way. They can recommend sedation to make your experience as comfortable as possible. Best Dental Group is located in historic downtown Bartlett and is a multilingual office. Call 630-830-4930. That's 630-830-4930. Or visit bestdental.org. Best Dental Group, sharing your conservative values and helping you to conserve your teeth.
Your business is ready for a reboot, a recharge. The way our companies operate has changed. Adapting to the changes hasn't been easy, but never more important to succeed. Many of the digital resources available have helped overcome obstacles your business is facing, but are you using the full potential of every one of them? That's where Salem Surround can help. Your business needs to use digital tools more than ever to stay in touch with customers, making buying decisions right now and for the future. Will they consider or even know about you? The marketing team at Salem Surround gives you the tools needed to stand out and be visible to current and potential customers online right now looking for what you do. We'll design a plan that targets and surrounds customers with proven marketing strategies. Contact Salem Surround for a free evaluation of your marketing plan and see how we can help place your advertising message in front of today's consumers. Learn more at surroundchicago.com. That's surroundchicago.com, connecting you with new customers.
Hi, John Anthony here. Let me tell you about my good friends at Matrix Home Solutions. They are a brand new sponsor of the show. And when it comes to top quality home improvement projects, no other company comes close to Matrix. They focus on 4 major areas to increase the value of your home and improve your lifestyle: basement remodeling, bathroom transformations, custom garage flooring and storage, and energy-saving solar solutions. Now is the perfect time to contact my friends at Matrix to discuss ideas and plans for your home. Matrix is the premier choice for renovation services. They deliver an exceptional, professional, and hassle-free experience. Go to matrixhomesolutions.com to view project photo galleries, special financing options, and more. That's matrixhomesolutions.com. Tell them John Anthony sent you for exclusive savings, and thank them for sponsoring my show. matrixhomesolutions.com.
It's almost time for the annual AM 560 golf outing. And this year, AM 560 is proud to partner with our friends at the 100 Club of Illinois to help them provide resources, financial support, access to training, and moral support to both the families of first responders killed on the line of duty and active duty first responders throughout the state of Illinois. When you purchase a foursome to join AM 560 on Monday, June 28th at the Mistwood Golf Club in Romeoville, you'll enjoy a full day of golf, which includes lunch and either breakfast or dinner. But you'll also receive an AM 560 marketing package, which includes 25 one-minute commercials to air on AM 560 Monday through Friday between 5 a.m. and 10 p.m., along with a free digital marketing analysis. Book your tee time at 560theanswer.com/golf. That's 560theanswer.com/golf. Sponsored in part by Joe Cotton Ford, Rimke's Garage, Mars Medical, Pop's Italian Beef and Sausage, and State Farm Insurance Agent Finney Rachel.
This is Black and Right with John Anthony on AM 560. The Answer.
There we go.
Heard us at the gym this morning.
Welcome back to Black and Right on AM 560, The Answer. Shout out to the legend DMX himself, God rest his soul. You're listening to Black and Right on AM 560 Answer with my good friend, my buddy, the chef himself, Dennis Cook, the chef, president of Strive Strategies. I really enjoyed that conversation with Grogan. I think, dude, imagine if everybody that was within the margin of error did the same thing. You never know what would have happened through not just DuPage County, but throughout the entire state, right?
Right. But even here, this is where we can make an impact as a party and get behind Bob now and push this and give him what he needs with people and finances. You know, go to votegrogan.com.
Yeah.
Help him out. And Bob, reach out. Whatever I could do to help, I want him. I mean, this is we can make an impact here.
Yeah, I mean, and he said it's not just finances; it's bodies.
Bodies a big deal. Have you ever done a recount? Have you ever been in a room when this started?
Never done a recount.
It's crazy.
But I did work at the Board of Elections in Chicago, though.
I did a recount with our old friend Lapidus when he ran for committeeman in Lyons Township.
And did he win or lose?
He lost by, I think, 15 votes.
Buster.
But we founded votes.
You buster. Out there enjoying the beautiful and warm and luxurious Arizona right now.
Left us.
He left us. But you know what? We're not going to be too concerned about. We're not going to be too concerned about that bum because he's a bum. No, I'm just kidding. I love my buddy. But you know, when I knew I was going to have Grogan on, I also wanted to get an attorney on who was a constitutionalist, and to really go over a few subjects and subject matters that's happening, not just in the state of Illinois but throughout the country. He's the author of Constitutionally Speaking. I mean, he's an attorney. I did not know this about him, that he was a former assistant state's attorney at Cook County government. Woo, he's been in the trenches.
Wonder what his thoughts are now, how things have turned.
Yeah. Welcome to the show. Second time. He's been on the show. He was on the show when Charles Loves and I were together with the show Black and Right. But returning, Attorney David Shatokis. Welcome back to Black and Right.
Thanks so much, John. It's great to be back with you guys today.
Yeah, I got to go get your book, Constitutionally Speaking, because anybody that can really break down the Constitution is somebody that I have to read what's in their book. But you're doing something right now. Where are you at? You're traveling with, is it Real America's Voice? What is that, and what's it about?
I'm actually in Cookeville, Tennessee. And this evening there's an event here in Cookeville being hosted by the Tennessee Freedom Force. And there's more than a couple of folks with us. Of course, the Real America's Voice hosts Ben Berklam and Amanda Head are traveling with us. Jeremy Harold of Live from America is traveling with us. Dave Bray, USA, just an incredible,
former congressman,
patriotic musician. What's that?
I saw something you were with the former congressman as well, right? Dave Bratt.
Yesterday, yeah, we've been. Yesterday, I was with Dave Bratt. We were at Liberty University, and I had a great time there with another fellow by the name of Phil Klein, who's the former Attorney General of Kansas, but is more importantly working on something called the Amistad Project. If people have some time or some interest in election fraud, Mr. Klein has a website from the Amistad Project called Got Freedom, and at Got Freedom there's probably about 3,000 pages of evidence and videos and everything regarding all the stuff that was involved in the election fraud that took place during the election of November 2020.
And Dave, I failed to mention that you actually went to speak. Was it Philadelphia? Was it Pennsylvania or Arizona, where you actually spoke on behalf, or they brought you in to speak on behalf of what was happening constitutionally? Correct. Which state was it? Hello, you there? I think we lost him. Oh, that was going to get good. Oh, David, if you're listening, call back.
He's in Cookeville, Tennessee.
Yeah, I see him still there, but he must be traveling on the bus. And if he comes back in, we'll go. But, yeah, I think it was Pennsylvania where he spoke on behalf of the Trump campaign. And when I heard him speak then, I was like, wait a minute, I know that guy. That's David Shatokis. When it comes to the Constitution, this guy, I mean, he gets it. He understands it. Imagine if so many more people in our country really understood the Constitution and how important and valuable not just the Constitution is, but the Declaration of Independence.
Well, they skip through that stuff in school now.
Yeah,
we talked about this before. Like what's happening in school, our schools is like they have skipped it. The agenda is completely different. They have no desire to teach this in great length, right? Even the history. I mean, they don't talk about things anymore.
No.
My kids turned 11. There are things they haven't learned that we did learn when we were in school. But this is the progression that the schools have taken to get away from this stuff. What was it, 8th grade when we took the constitutional exam?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to see how.
But you know what? But I see that also growing up in Chicago public schools. There were things I didn't learn. I didn't know. That I had to go and learn it myself, and it's like we got a long way to go.
Comes down to how people don't understand how the federal elections work, right?
Yeah, and don't understand how the state legislators, their power and the role in it, and the state legislators didn't even know that because if they did, Trump will probably still be president. You listening to Black and White on AM 560 The Answer. I'm your host, John Anthony. David, call back.
Balance of Nature's fruits and vegetables in a capsule, changing the world one life at a time.
When I first started the Balance of Nature, after a few weeks to a month, I noticed some difference in it. I used to get allergies during the spring and summer months, but there have been hardly anything since I've been on Balance of Nature. And I do believe, the Balance of Nature really has such a positive effect. I mean, I'm 73 years old now, but I feel like I may be 53. I thank God and I thank Balance of Nature.
Get a wide variety of all your daily recommended servings of whole fruits and vegetables without having to leave your home. Right now, Balance of Nature is offering free shipping and 35% off on any new preferred order. Call 1-800-2468-751 or go to balanceofnature.com and make sure to receive this special radio offer by using discount code CHICAGO.
Small businesses are the backbone of America, and there's a lot we can learn from them. Listen to Building America and hear some of the most successful business owners and entrepreneurs across the Midwest discuss their challenges, successes, and pursuit of the American dream. Join David Bolanos every Sunday afternoon at 4:30 as he dives into what it takes to achieve the American dream. Go online to buildingamericanow.com to learn more and request to be featured on the show. Building America, Sunday afternoons at 4:30 right here on AM 560, The Answer.
Is it possible to truly love your enemy? Discover the truth behind the Israeli-Palestinian conflict as never before in the award-winning film Hope in the Holy Land. An enlightening, politically nuanced, and morally sensitive look at both sides with real stories from Jews, Muslims, and Christians who've lived through the years of war in search of peace. Don't miss Hope in the Holy Land. Available now at salemnow.com. Watch this film and pass it on. Go to salemnow.com today.
Promo code Chicago.
Have you wanted to speak a new language but thought it'd be too difficult or take too much time? Then try Babbel. Whether you want to learn Spanish for future travel plans, French to connect with extended family, or German to land a new job, in just 15 minutes a day, Babbel works because it's built around real life. It teaches you everyday practical conversations that you'll actually use. All you need is 15 minutes a day, and you'll be on your way to confidently speaking a new language in just a few weeks. Babbel is designed by real language experts using a modern conversation-based technique that makes learning fun, engaging, and best of all, memorable. It starts by teaching you words and phrases. Then sentences gradually get more complex. Soon you're practicing short conversations about real life topics. And with 14 languages to choose from and lesson topics like travel, business, relationships, and more, you'll be sure to learn what matters most to you. Babbel. Language for life. Learn a new language with ease. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
And now, more Black and Right with John Anthony on AM 560. The Answer.
Like that, don't you, Doug?
Switch your attitude. Go ahead, level up yourself. This that different latitude.
I want to dance today. I don't know why.
Life too short, don't spoil yourself. Feel that feeling.
Black White Marcus, you did that thing, brother. Welcome back to Black and Right on AM 560 The Answer. I'm your host, John Anthony, live in studio with the chef, Dennis Cook. We lost David. I don't know if maybe he went into a submarine somewhere. Or
Was he on a bus?
He was on the bus. I think they're on a bus tour through Nashville. So, yeah, he's on a bus. So, David, if you're listening, call back. But during the break, you were talking about the map. And you said that you don't think people really, you talked about the targeting. How would digital advertising help in with this map and targeting the voters now?
Well, now with these maps, the way they looked and how they're cut in such odd shapes and sizes, right? Now digital, now you could take it, at least through our platform, what we're able to do, we don't have to wait for our system to be uploaded because we have currently every state house, state rep district in the country on the platform. Yeah. And every DMA, and zip codes, right? So, but what we're able to do, literally take your finger or the mouse and draw the district.
Whoa.
So we don't have to wait for it. We can take the new map now, as you see,
and
now start drawing and be in the field.
I don't think that's the final map, though.
No, I don't think so either. But I mean, that's another thing that we love to talk to David about how how challenging such a map.
Well, that's what we were going to talk to about. So, David, if you're listening, call back, brother.
So yeah, I mean, look, you could be up and running in 45 minutes to an hour if you already have your content ready.
Yeah.
And by the way, it's real-time feedback that you're seeing on your ads, whether it's display, audio. I can tell you this: I have placed ads on your station without going to your station.
What?
Yep. Sorry, sir.
Is that like secret squirrel type stuff that you can't say?
I'm able to whitelist where I want my audio ad to play, and I'm able to play it on AM 560.
And that, wow.
Judge Felice. His highest hits on his audio were AM 560.
Probably doing the Black and Right hour too.
I think it was targeted.
So if you're looking to sponsor a show, Black and Right is it, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, absolutely.
But I am afraid because when I looked at the map, because the Senate version, the House version, I just see and my girl Camille, she said it best. She sees the tentacles of the Democrat Party reaching out throughout the entire. It literally looks like hands just.
It was a Democrat paint by number sheet.
Yeah,
that's all that was.
Yeah.
Like, they were cute in the back room, and it almost looks like, if you really want to get really descriptive, like they took their hand over to the city of Chicago and laid it out.
Well, speaking of that, David Chitokas has rejoined us. David, welcome back.
Very good, John.
I don't know what happened, but we dropped the call. But Dennis had a question to you about the. I don't know if you know what's happening here in Illinois, that they released the maps of what the districts are going to look like now. Dennis, go ahead.
Yeah, David, just curious, like this process we're about to embark on. This map is atrocious. All right, so this is going to go through the regime, the pattern that it needs to go through. Educate the people who are listening. Like, I mean, it's a daunting task, but can it be done? I mean, how does it happen? How can we fight this map? Because this map is going to put us into oblivion for the next 10 years.
Dave, you there?
Yes, I am.
Oh, I don't think he can
I was like,
hear
I
us.
think you just went to the oblivion.
No, I don't think he can hear us. David, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, Dennis was asking you about the map. Can you hear me? Can you hear us now?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Okay, so my question was, with this map, obviously the map is not favorable to Republicans. It's not even there's not even purple districts drawn in what looks like this. It looks like close to a final version. So how does the challenge process go? When you take it to the state Supreme Court, how does this process work if we're going to challenge this map, which I assume we're no doubt going to be doing?
No longer there. All right.
We're not
Let's go
going
to
to
the phone
get an
lines.
answer on this.
Let's head over to the phone lines. Jim is right about it. Jim from South Belgium. I should also note that Jim is also a sponsor of the show. Jim, welcome to Black and Right.
Thanks, guys. Good show and interesting topic. You were talking before about what's going on in DuPage County. Well, Jim Oberweis, he was leading, kind of like with the way Trump was, and overnight, all of a sudden, here comes this magic ballot just came floating out of Lake County, and Underwood won by a small amount.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that because he actually went to the what was it? What's the class they have for incoming?
Like the freshman incoming.
Yeah.
Not the inauguration, but like kind of the welcoming.
Yeah, the
initiation process or whatever it's called.
Because he thought he won.
Oh, the orientation.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, that's right.
I think he did win. I think it was cheated.
Well, not only him, I think Babette Holder possibly won. I think there are a lot of candidates throughout the state of Illinois and throughout the country.
This process of winning on election night and then now holding on for 2 more weeks while they go find votes is absolutely disgusting. Like this process is he's right. I think that number just kept going down and down and down every day. It's like, well, how?
Well, same with the national election.
Right. Cheating. Election fraud.
Exactly. So what safeguards you put in place? Right. How do you change this process? How do you walk this back? You can't.
You do what they did in Florida.
Yeah, and Texas. Thanks so much.
That's right.
Thanks so much for calling, Jim. He's right. You do you because you know what? I'm sorry. We should have election day. I've said this time and time again. We should have election day, not election week, not election month. If you can't make it, I get it.
Have the cutoff sooner.
Have it sooner.
Have it sooner so
Yes.
it's not trickling in.
Well,
We want results on election night, and people won't be as angry about how this all plays out days later.
The Florida bill is one of the best bills, and the Georgia bill as well. Hey, you're listening to Black and Right on AM 560. I'm sorry we couldn't get you Dave Chitokis. I'll have to get him back on and get him in the studio. You're listening to Black and Right. We'll be right back.
Hi, it's Sean Thompson. You've probably seen the stories that some big box retailers are caving under the pressure from the progressives, also known as neo-Marxists, to take MyPillow products off their shelf. By now, you've all heard me talk about MyPillow and how Mike has done it again by introducing his new My Slippers. Mike has taken over 2 years to develop. They are designed to wear indoors and outdoors all day long. My slippers are made from MyPillow foam and impact gel to help prevent fatigue, and made with quality leather and suede. I have the suede ones, love them. For a limited time, Mike is offering 40% off his new My Slippers. You can show your support for this great American company by ordering. Don't let cancel culture win. At MyPillow.com, you'll also find deep discounts on all MyPillow products, including the Giza Dream Bed Sheets, MyPillow Mattress Topper, and MyPillow Towel Sets. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the Radio Listeners Square, and use my promo code LIBERTY. Or call 800-489-0201, and don't forget to use my promo code LIBERTY.
Tell me why Relief Factor is so successful in lowering or eliminating pain. I'm often asked that question. Pete and Seth Talbot, the father and son founders of Relief Factor, tell me they believe our bodies were designed to heal. That's right, designed to heal. And now I agree. The doctors who formulated Relief Factor for Pete and Seth selected the 4 best ingredients, 100% drug-free ingredients that each help your body deal with inflammation. That's correct. Each of the 4 ingredients deal with inflammation on a different metabolic pathway. That right there, approaching your pain from 4 different angles, may very well be why so many Americans find such wonderful pain relief. If you have back pain, shoulder, neck, hip, knee, or foot pain from exercise or even just getting older, you must order the 3-week quick start now. Discounted to only $19.95 to see if it will work for you too. I think it could. Give your body what it needs to heal itself. Go to ReliefFactor.com, call 800-500-8384. ReliefFactor.com.
We now return to Black and White on AM 560. The Answer. Here's John Anthony.
Letting the music just breathe today. Like that, don't you, Nick? Yeah, baby. But we're not a music station. Welcome back to Black and White. I'm just letting the new music breathe. Hey, send me a message. Call in. Do you like the new music that I'm playing today? We're going to keep this. I love it. This is my personality, my style. Welcome back to Black and White on AM 560 The Answer. I'm your host, John Anthony, live in studio with my good friend, the chef, Dennis Cook. And now, I think we called you El Presidente last time you were here. The El Presidente, founder and owner of Matrix Home Solutions, sponsor of the show, Nick Richmond.
Hey.
Welcome back, brother.
Thanks for having me.
You tired? You've
Man,
had
I've been
a very
all over.
eventful day, right?
It's like that Johnny Cash song. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man.
Doug, you didn't tell him to stop singing. What's up with that? Okay. They tell me to shut up. I can't sing whenever I start singing.
You must be a Johnny Cash fan.
Probably. That's it. I didn't think about that. There's a caller. I want to take this call because this is the last segment, and I think this is a very important because you're not hearing much about this. I don't know if you guys heard about the cops that were shot in Champaign. I used to serve as a police officer in the city of Champaign. And let's go to Robert. Robert, welcome to Black and White.
Yes, John. Thank you so much. Your show is such an important part of our psyche out here because we're not hearing anything anywhere else.
Yeah.
Officers shot left and right. The media, the mainstream media, hardly any report.
Yeah.
A snippet here and there.
Yeah. And one died. And I don't know if you saw it, but, there was a certain news station down in the city of Champaign that had when they were reporting on it, they literally had the guy who did it with an angel's halo across his head. What? The guy that shot and killed one cop and shot and injured and wounded another cop. And then they reported him as if he was this angel. How asinine is that? Robert?
No, that's about as insane as it gets. I work security in tough neighborhoods of the city, and I've never seen anything so much as that. The people out in the city of Chicago, let's say, they need representation, and that's where your show is very important.
Thank you, Robert. I really appreciate it. We must be having some technical difficulties. Yeah. Thanks so much for calling, Robert. But, go look it up. There's people talking about boycotting a specific, I won't say the channel. Just look it up. Go on Facebook. You'll see it. And you'll see the actual,
I saw your post this morning.
Think about that.
Yeah, I saw that.
A halo of a guy who killed a cop when the cop was responding to a domestic.
They just passed a nice bill, though, to protect the Capitol, didn't they? Was it $1.6 billion?
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to say something about
funding for me, but not for thee.
Yeah. And here's the deal about the Capitol. I could care less about the January 6th, what happened January 6th. You know what I'm more concerned about? I'm more concerned about the summer of riot, that where people lost everything. They lost their entire livelihoods. And you want to be concerned about, because you didn't do your job, apparently Trump gave them everything they needed, and I think it was that one last F you to Trump. And I think that's what they did. Oh, I hope I don't get in trouble for that, Doug. Am I right?
Yeah, well, there's going to be no recovery for those businesses that got destroyed last summer. Okay? None. Chicago is turning into Detroit. Yeah. People have no desire to go back downtown in the burbs to patronize those businesses. And those people, those are local businesses that got destroyed also in these neighborhoods. And they're like, you're destroying your own means to get food. So what's going on here?
Double standards. That's all we see from the other side. It's constant.
Yeah, and that's why we have to point out the double standards and the hypocrisy. And that's what I do here on Black and White every Saturday from 1 to 3. We got to. We have to. Because there's not that many people with a platform that's doing that. Hey, you're listening to Black and White on AM 560, The Answer. It's hour number 2 next up. Remember, let me know how you feel about the music I'm playing. Hi, John Anthony here. Let me tell you about my good friends at Matrix Home Solutions. They are a brand new sponsor of the show. And when it comes to top quality home improvement projects, no other company comes close to Matrix. They focus on 4 major areas to increase the value of your home and improve your lifestyle: basement remodeling, bathroom transformations, custom garage flooring and storage, and energy-saving solar solutions. Now is the perfect time to contact my friends at Matrix to discuss ideas and plans for your home. Matrix is the premier choice for renovation services. They deliver an exceptional, professional, and hassle-free experience. Go to matrixhomesolutions.com to view project photo galleries, special financing options, and more. That's matrixhomesolutions.com. Tell them John Anthony sent you for exclusive savings, and thank them for sponsoring my show. matrixhomesolutions.com.
News, opinion, insight. This is AM 560, The Answer. WIND Chicago. Streaming at 560theanswer.com. On the AM 560 mobile app. Tune in, iHeart, and on Odyssey.
2 days in holding. I'm Joe Chiro, Fox News. Egyptian mediators have held talks to firm up the 2-day-old truce between Israel and Hamas, but all is not quiet. Fox's Mike Tobin is in Jerusalem.
Fresh clashes between police and Palestinian demonstrators here in the Sheikh Jarrah neighborhood in East Jerusalem. The fact that there are new clashes here in Sheikh Jarrah is very relevant because the latest round of major fighting was sparked by demonstrations here in this neighborhood. There was an attempt to evict some Palestinians from a home here in Sheikh Jarrah. That led to demonstrations here, which spilled over to other Israeli towns, and that ultimately led to the demonstrations at the holy sites, which inspired the rocket fire out of the Gaza. The damage assessment continues in the Gaza Strip, and it is staggering. Upwards of 250 people are dead.
President Biden has reaffirmed his support for Israel to defend itself. The latest violence in the Middle East has sparked anti-Semitic attacks in the U.S. Florida Congresswoman Maria Salazar.
The clear and perfect message that I want to send to everybody is that anti-Semitism, hate is completely not acceptable in South Florida, and much less in District Number 27 that has Miami Beach, which has the second largest, most important Jewish community in the country.
Several Jewish American groups have appealed to President Biden to take action following the string of anti-Semitic attacks. About 1,000 U.S. military cadets are now second lieutenants in the Army after today's graduation ceremony at West Point. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, the commencement speaker.
The next time that I see your commander-in-chief, and I see him often, I will report to him some very good news. And that good news is that reinforcements are on their way.
Austin is a 1975 graduate of West Point. America is listening to Fox News.
Now, your official weather forecast.
This afternoon, very warm with clouds and sunshine and a high of 88. Partly cloudy and warm tonight with a low 69. Very warm tomorrow with times of clouds and sun. A thunderstorm in the afternoon and a high of 82. Monday, a thunderstorm with a high 87. Plan with confidence this spring. Download the redesigned AccuWeather app today. I'm Gregory Patrick on AM 560, The Answer.
Get the latest weather, traffic, and news updates online at 560theanswer.com.
Please allow me to introduce you to Salem Surround Chicago. This is where we call home, and this is where we help businesses like yours succeed with digital marketing. Yes, a digital marketing agency right here in Chicago that helps you use the latest digital technology to stay in touch with current customers and reach new potential customers. Now, don't let the words digital marketing and digital advertising scare you. You may have heard some of the terminology and couldn't make heads or tails of it. That's why Salem Surround Chicago is here, with a local person you can talk to about the tools your business needs to know about and use to succeed in today's crazy marketplace. Let us show you how cost-efficient digital advertising can be and design a plan that targets and surrounds customers with proven marketing strategies. Contact Salem Surround Chicago at surroundchicago.com for a free evaluation of your marketing plan and to explore the digital marketing landscape. We're right here in Chicago and ready to talk about getting your business to the next level. surroundchicago.com.
Tell me why Relief Factor is so successful in lowering or eliminating pain. I'm often asked that question. Pete and Seth Talbot, the father and son founders of Relief Factor, tell me they believe our bodies were designed to heal. That's right, designed to heal. And now I agree. The doctors who formulated Relief Factor for Pete and Seth selected the 4 best ingredients, 100% drug-free ingredients that each help your body deal with inflammation. That's correct. Each of the 4 ingredients deal with inflammation on a different metabolic pathway. That right there, approaching your pain from 4 different angles, may very well be why so many Americans find such wonderful pain relief. If you have back pain, shoulder, neck, hip, knee, or foot pain from exercise or even just getting older, you must order the 3-week quick start now. Discounted to only $19.95 to see if it will work for you too. I think it could. Give your body what it needs to heal itself. Go to ReliefFactor.com, call 800-500-8384, ReliefFactor.com.
A manager, Applications Development is wanted in Rolling Meadows, Illinois to act as a bridge between management and development team for planning, managing, tracking, and providing status of development activities. Assist with defining and optimizing processes, as well as ensuring process compliance. Drive delivery of planned software releases on time and with quality. A bachelor's degree in computer science, electrical engineering, or a related degree concentration followed by 7 years of progressive experience in the specialty field is required. Experience above must include 3 years of management experience in a software development organization. Mail resume to Panasonic Corporation of North America. Attention A. Bell, AG, 2 Riverfront Plaza, Newark, New Jersey 07102.
AM 560, The Answer. Prepare to have your mind opened. The lies of the mainstream media are about to be exposed, and the hypocrisy of the left is about to be revealed. This is a revolution in how you think about politics, race, and culture. You've tuned into Black and Right with John Anthony on AM 560, The Answer.
I'm coming in hot. Yeah, coming in hot. Just like the fajita. I write what I live. My life in the speaker. I'm nice with the flow. Just like the demeanor.
Welcome back to Black and Right on AM 560, The Answer. That's that new bumper music I got going. Andy Mineo. That's my guy. I love Andy Mineo. You're listening to Black and Right on AM 560, The Answer. I'm your host, live in studio. Hour number 2, we're here. If you missed that first hour, go to 560theanswer.com. Go to the podcast section. You search for Black and Right. Download the podcast, and you'll never miss another episode. If you're watching on Facebook, please share the live stream. If you're on YouTube, please share that live stream as well. What you guys think about the new music?
I like it.
You like it?
Oh, yeah.
Fits my style a little bit better,
Yeah,
right?
You got to get up a little bit,
So, Nick, catch up with what's been up with you, brother? What have you been doing?
Well, I've been all over. I have 3 kids, 7, 5, and 3. So all weekend long, it's sports. Business is booming, although we're meeting some challenges now with material shortages, material costs. Check out the cost of a 2x4 right now, $9 for a 2x4. So it's pretty interesting.
What? How much?
But life is good. Bought a home down in Naples, Florida.
I saw that.
Secondary home, so we're trying to get a little freedom down there every now and then with the family.
I saw that.
So I just keep it moving. Nothing's going to stop me.
Love it. I love it, man. And, Illinois is screwed up. Can I say that word, Doug? Screwed up? Okay. I saw a friend of mine who had a bill basically destroyed. And I know how it was done. In Illinois, if you sit on a certain committee, you can be subbed in and out. So that if you don't want to vote for a particular bill, you don't have to vote for that bill. So they send somebody in as a substitution. So if you were going to vote yes, and they needed somebody in to vote no, they will substitute you in to kill a bill. Yeah. And that's what happened to our next guest. So I hope I'm going to butcher her last name because, I'm a butcher of last names. Sarah Stoliker. Well, thanks so much for helping me. But you had a House Bill 2374, which State Representative Anthony DeLuca was carrying, and it dealt with staffing crisis that's been happening in child care programs. Can you just give us a brief synopsis of what the actual bill did? Because you're not calling so much about what the bill did. You're calling about the tactics that were used to kill your bill, correct?
Yeah, that's exactly right. 2374, basically, we've been working on this for a couple of years, and it's bringing pathways into existence. So basically, we've seen education year after year, in every level. Less and less people are getting involved and going to school for education. Yeah. And so we've been experiencing a staffing crisis for years. For the last 4 years, we had a staffing crisis. And while the state of Illinois just continues to increase regulation and education, seeing people that were certainly qualified to do the job, we just wanted to bring pathways into existence so that they could do the work at the same time that they were getting qualified to be a head teacher.
Yeah. So now let's talk about the technical process of what happened. The bill, because I saw that it's back in the graveyard called the Rules Committee in the House. I thought it passed the House, or was that the amendment that went to the? Talk about what happened, how it was killed.
Well, yeah. So basically, it was looking good. 2374 was passed unanimously, and then got to third reading, and we had bipartisan support, and we had the Democratic House Chair Kathy Willis as a sponsor, and DeLuca as chief sponsor on the bill. And so,
Sarah, it was a very eclectic group of people, basically in support of the bill. So I guess that's my bewilderment. Is there somebody that was there that really that was after this bill, wanted this bill to die?
I think it's just, we're not an insider group. We're a grassroots group. And so we had our group, Illinois Directors and Owners of Child Care Centers, is a group for directors and owners of child care centers in the state of Illinois. This is a tactic. This is a rule. This is for insiders. So it's not for people like me that goes out and gets organized and gets members and a coalition of people to say, look, we own this industry. We are a woman-owned industry supporting working women. Yeah. Why are we allowing this to continue to go on? Yeah. And so really what happened was that it's a rule that was put in place 20-some years ago by Mike Madigan himself, and it continues to go on today. Yeah. It allows people in the House, the governor's office basically the governor's office went and asked the Speaker of the House to strip people off the committee. Yeah. It's an insider deal.
Well, I know the rule because it was tried to be used on me, and I was like, no, I'm not. I will not allow somebody else to come in to take a vote that I'm not a coward. I'll take the vote that I need to vote, and I'll take the heat. And I think that's more of the process, because so many people don't want to take the heat of voting for a particular bill, because then it may either raise up a primary against them. And I think that's more of the frustration and structure that they're pushing. And I think that's one of the reasons why your bill died. And it looks like, and you said the governor pulled people off. And this is a bill about jobs, right?
Yeah, it is. It's about children, too. Year after year, we've been experiencing in the state of Illinois licensed programs closing down. Meanwhile, Indiana and Wisconsin continue to raise their licensed programs. Isn't that interesting, the state of Illinois? We are closing down businesses that serve children. Yeah. And so we were a grassroots organization. Isn't this what democracy looks like? This is something that you would see in Ukraine.
But I thought they were out there saying that child care and all that is an infrastructure issue, right? So, what's happening? Is that just the Washington, D.C. crowd that's saying it's just an infrastructure issue and crisis when it comes to child care and making sure that working parents can have a good quality teachers that are there?
Yeah, it's just, I mean, what our bill was doing was it's the elites that want just more and more education. 4-year degree, master's degree to work with children in preschools.
Yeah.
And we are struggling just to get people in the doors to do this job. I mean, it's just contrary to logical sense, and so we're not an insider.
Part of the issue is, sorry to cut you off, but the issue is, we have all these jobs, and you heard the numbers last week, 8 million job openings. So many people can't go back to work because they don't have childcare.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but they don't care because that's not part of the equation. That's not part of the game plan. They want people to depend. They don't want people going back to work.
Yeah.
So all these people down the trough, all these industries, they don't care.
Yeah, no.
And it's sorry to say it, but that's just the truth. That's where we're at as a society right now. People don't care.
Yeah.
Because they rather.
Well,
this is a longer game. This is a longer game.
It is. Sarah?
Illinois is one of 8 states. It's the top 8 state of having childcare deserts.
Whoa.
So we need more childcare in the state of Illinois. One of the biggest deserts is urban Chicago. I mean, we need childcare. We need licensed childcare.
So-
what were we saying? We're saying, like, well, you know what? We're not going to support the childcare center, and we're going to shove these children in unlicensed.
Hey, Sarah, we got about 45
Please.
seconds. What is the call to action that you're looking for? What do people need to do? Is there a place where you need them to call their legislators, or what's the call to action?
Well, I think it's just getting involved in politics. I mean, House Bill 2374 was looking good. It was there to support the child care industry and the people that want to do this job. We need to look at the rules that are already, this rule that is in place that allows this type of thing to go on, because, this isn't good. This isn't good for anyone. That I don't know what other state would allow this to happen. I haven't done that homework.
Yeah.
But talk to your state legislators. This is not okay. We don't need insiders killing bills.
Yeah. Sarah, thanks so much for joining Black and White and bringing some attention to what you're trying to do. And I got to give shout out to State Representative Anthony DeLuca, who's leading the charge on this to try to make this happen. Thanks so much for joining us, Sarah.
Absolutely.
All right. You listening to Black and White on AM 560 The Answer? Man, more people got to get involved in government, because these are type of tricks and chicanery that's happening in government. We'll be right back.
Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson.
Maybe somebody could ask Miss Alvarez what her 22-year-old son was doing. Why did he flee police? Why did he have a gun? Like Robert in Schaumburg.
I watched the whole video. This guy got what he deserved. He needed to be put down, but he doesn't need to lay on the ground and die.
We're talking about a human being.
Start your day with Chicago's Morning Answer. Weekday mornings starting at 5 on AM 560. The Answer. Is it possible to truly love your enemy? Discover the truth behind the Israeli-Palestinian conflict as never before in the award-winning film Hope in the Holy Land. An enlightening, politically nuanced, and morally sensitive look at both sides with real stories from Jews, Muslims, and Christians who've lived through the years of war in search of peace. Don't miss Hope in the Holy Land. Available now at salemnow.com. Watch this film and pass it on. Go to salemnow.com today.
Promo code Chicago.
Hi, John Anthony here. Let me tell you about my good friends at Matrix Home Solutions. They are a brand new sponsor of the show. And when it comes to top quality home improvement projects, no other company comes close to Matrix. They focus on 4 major areas to increase the value of your home and improve your lifestyle: basement remodeling, bathroom transformations, custom garage flooring and storage, and energy-saving solar solutions. Now is the perfect time to contact my friends at Matrix to discuss ideas and plans for your home. Matrix is the premier choice for renovation services. They deliver an exceptional, professional, and hassle-free experience. Go to matrixhomesolutions.com to view project photo galleries, special financing options, and more. That's matrixhomesolutions.com. Tell them John Anthony sent you for exclusive savings, and thank them for sponsoring my show. matrixhomesolutions.com.
Do you know what to do when a car is pulled over on the side of the road? First, reduce your speed. Second, change lanes if possible. Third, proceed with caution. These 3 simple steps can be the difference between life and death. The next time you're on the road, do the right thing. Slow down, move over, and drive like your life and their life depends on it. Sponsored by the Illinois Broadcasters Association. Aired in cooperation with this station. Thanks to the AAA Auto Club for their financial support in the airing of this message.
Balance of Nature's fruits and vegetables in a capsule. Changing the world, one life at a time.
Being a truck driver, I don't always eat right, and it kind of balances out. My natural body gives me a lot of energy. And I just recently went to the doctor to do a bunch of tests, and what was amazing, just like other people have said, is the first question was, what are you doing? You are perfect. And so I told her this Balance of Nature. And I said, you really need to look it up because it worked. So my checkup was excellent. So I'm just thrilled. I am really happy.
Right now, Balance of Nature is offering free shipping and 35% off on any new preferred order. Start your journey to better health today by calling 1-800-2468-751 or by going to balanceofnature.com. Again, that's balanceofnature.com. And make sure to receive this special radio offer by using discount code Chicago.
It's the show the mainstream media doesn't want you to know about. It's Black and Right with John Anthony on AM 560. The Answer.
Maybe I'm foolish.
Welcome back to Black and Right on AM 560. The Answer. I'm your host, John Anthony, live in studio with my good friends, the chef, Dennis Cook. I don't know if I got to come up with something else, Dennis. That's
The
a little,
original
that's too lame. That's too
It's old.
bland.
It's old.
Yeah, Cookie. What about
Dennis the Menace.
Right.
Dennis the Menace.
we went
I
over
said
this
that.
already.
We went over that one.
No,
He shut
we're
me
not.
down.
We're not-
Oh.
no.
And El Presidente, president and founder, CEO, right? CEO.
President, founder,
CEO of Matrix Home Solutions, the sponsor of this show, Nick Richmond.
Yes, sir.
It's a great ad.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love the ad you've done for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice.
It's a great ad.
Whatever.
Well, on that note, I need you to come over and check out our garage. I got a couple things I need set up, and
Basement, garage.
I got the green light today. I was like, you know
we
what?
were talking about it today.
Yeah, I
before
talked
you
to
got
him.
here.
Okay.
I said to my wife, I said, hey, Amy, could be meeting a guy today who, specializes in these things. She goes, have him come out.
Well, we'll come over. You got to see. I'll show you some videos and pictures of things. We don't just finish and organize these garages. We make them living spaces.
That's what he's saying.
Oh, no. I need a place where in the fall I could go out, watch a football game, have a little bar, TV. I have the theater room with the theater seating already. We can play around with that. But let's do the garage first.
And it's off to the back. Your garage
We're
is
off
so
the back.
off to the
Yeah.
back. And
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You've been there.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
off. This is.
I'll get you the AM 560 discount.
Yeah, that's the black and right. That's the black and right discount.
Yep, absolutely.
No, but did you guys? Okay, now I've been watching. Did you guys hear that the New York State Attorney General is opening up a criminal investigation into Trump?
Yeah,
you heard about that, right?
Yeah.
Now, how can a person open up a criminal investigation? Remember, justice is supposed to be blind. How can she do that and run when she was running for office? Said all in the beginning. It's kind of hard to hear. Maybe like 4 or 5 seconds of maybe 10 seconds at the beginning. It's hard to hear, but I want you to listen to this. I want those of you that are listening to this to the show today, listen to this and tell me how could he possibly get a fair trial.
Oh, I'm not going to bother to register to vote because my voice doesn't make a difference. Or I'm just one person.
I say one name, Donald Trump. That should motivate you. Get off your ass and vote.
He built his wealth off the backs of New Yorkers.
We need to focus on Donald Trump and his abuses. We need to follow his money. We need to find out where he's laundered money. All of those transactions have happened here in New York City. Tell this president and every other individual that no one is above the law. Running for Attorney General because I will never be afraid to challenge this illegitimate president.
A legal system where even the most powerful in the country cannot use a loophole to evade justice.
We must do our job to ensure that the man currently occupying the Oval Office is held accountable to any and everything he has done.
Sounds to me, I got that from Dan Bongino. He posted it on Rumble, but from the Dan Bongino show. And Dan Bongino he said the perfect thing. As I'm a former cop, it sounds like when she was running, she was searching and looking for a crime before she was even there to come up with any crime, right?
Yep.
What? How can he possibly get a fair trial? Please, somebody convince me. Me.
It's not. It's like she's seen too many episodes of Billions on HBO. There, you know what I mean. You ever see that? How the AG or they've taken the DA's taking all these cases, and it almost sounds like she's watched too many shows. Like I'm going to make this work for me.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's not going. I mean, this is all about her portraying like, let's go get the bad man. You know, it's like.
I don't even know how to determine what's fair anymore. I mean, there's so many questions out there. We talked about that at the break, right? All these atrocities we've seen, and they just get shoved aside one after the next, right?
Yeah. But I think this is more. I think this is something. This is about something else, and this is what I think it's about. I think this is about putting him on the criminal indictment so that he can't run. I think this is more about stopping him from 2024 should he decide to say he wants to run. They didn't stop Joe Biden. I mean, think about it. Think about this. Think about this for 1 second. Only Republicans have seen indictments. Whatever happened to Hillary? What happened to Biden? What happened to his son? What happened to his brother? What happened to... I mean, all these things where there could have been an investigation or anything.
They're still raking it in right now.
Yeah,
with their Chinese corporations.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's been about Trump getting him out of office before he even got into office.
Yeah, that conversation is, you don't hear that anymore. You don't hear that. You don't hear about this interest. Not like the interests of the Trump family. Yeah. You heard about everything in the first few 100 days of when he took office. We know, because the media, that's what they fixated on.
Yeah.
But John, let's take a step back and actually look at Illinois.
Yeah.
Look at it when we had Attorney General Madigan. What did she do? What about all the things we know?
Right.
Like this, it's like, what did you say when you walked in? It's like, it's good for thee or whatever. Not, but
good for thee, not good for me.
Funding for me, but not for thee.
It's the same thing when it comes to the justice system for them. They're going to use it for them. They don't. It's a one-side show right now. This is it, and it's very scary. Not just on that level. It's all across the board. Look what Kim Foxx has done.
Yeah. Oh. I mean, guys, not just Kim Foxx, but I mean, we're going to be talking more about Chicago.
I just jumping ahead on that.
Yeah, because we're going to be talking with the Chicago GOP chairman after the break, Steve Bolton. I hope I said his last name right.
Right.
It's Bolton.
Yep.
Okay. We're going to be talking to him all things Chicago and Cook County. I mean, what's happening? I think Lori Lightfoot has painted herself into a box. She has the teachers union hating her. She has the police hating her. I mean, think about it. You defend your right to have the police protect your house, but you allow these hoodlums to destroy entire city blocks, destruction to most of a huge ton of downtown Chicago, and this continues to happen. I think she's pushing herself into this box that's going to be inescapable. I don't see how she unless there's always a crisis in these people.
I don't think this is recoverable. What she's done. No, I don't. But the thing is, who runs? Who are the 3 or 4 names that run? And because it's going to be a runoff.
I hate he dropped out last time. He's somebody I call a friend, Kurt Summers, former treasurer. I've always liked him. I mean, he's fair. I mean, we don't agree on everything, but I like him.
But who agrees with this? Right. I mean, let's be honest. Like nobody agrees with this. Nobody agrees what's happening here. It's atrocious. Again, we talked about earlier. Chicago is becoming Detroit. Yeah. Period.
Mm. Well, you would know, right? I mean, you come from Detroit.
I'm from Flint, Detroit, same thing.
I mean, it's a block away from me.
Watch Flint Town on Netflix, I think it was, where they were showing, how the city was down to, I think, 6 or 7 police officers trying to police the entire city, and that's when it got real scary.
Yeah.
But Lightfoot, I'm still waiting for her to put that Columbus statue back.
Yeah, well, I think the Italians are it as well.
Oh yeah.
They're still Frank Coconati. He's still out there pushing and saying, "Where's our statue?"
On the law enforcement side, I don't know if it was you, John, or somebody else in the last week. We've had a conversation. What are the I think applications to become a Chicago police officer have drastically dropped.
Yeah.
I thought I heard a number like annually you had like 20,000 applicants, and I heard now it's like 3,000.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be a cop. Nobody wants to be a Chicago cop.
Would you?
With what's going on with the support, they're not going to know.
And we're going to talk about that. There was something that happened. I won't say what until we talk with the GOP chairman. But there's something that happened from the FOP. from the Lodge 7, Chicago Lodge 7. They took action against the mayor and the superintendent. You know, I mean, I'm thinking back now. I showed you guys that photo of, we're not going to say the station's name, but I showed you the photo of that because it just popped back up. I'm sorry. I forgot the angel wings. They put angel wings on them with a halo.
Well, where Lightfoot, you know, really killed me was when they were surrounding the Columbus statue down there and shooting fireworks at the police and throwing frozen water bottles at the police and abusing them. And it was just outrageous. And then the mob goes to her home in the middle of the night.
Oh, they were peaceful.
And she takes that statue down in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
And says, well, we may put it back out again. I mean, that's pretty much where Lightfoot, you know, that's where Lightfoot died in my mind.
Yeah.
You know,
but they were peaceful, though. You know that.
Oh, yeah.
Come on. They were, right? They were peaceful, right, Dennis?
Oh, the summer of peace.
That was summer of peace. That's not the summer of riot. It was the summer of peace.
Flowers.
And all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, well, I know why, because I was talking with John Reeves on the way into the show today, and we were talking about, you know, the numbers of how many Republicans, 81,000 registered Republicans in the city of Chicago, and there are 800,000+ Democrats registered. There's no way you win Chicago.
But in a mayor's race, there were 90,000. The number's right. So with Commissioner Sean Morrison, GOP chairman, Cook County, we targeted those 90,000 and tried to help out Willie.
Yeah.
It did move numbers, and look at the numbers where he placed.
Yeah, I forgot about Willie.
Don't forget about that.
I forgot about Willie. You're right. That did. And Matt Pogorski over there in Northwest Side GOP.
Yep. Those guys, I mean, look, you can still use those to work in a municipal election, in a citywide election.
GOP chairman Steve Bolton coming up next. You're listening to Black and White on AM 560 The Answer.
Over the last year, we've all seen the heroism of our first responders who worked tirelessly to help keep us all safe. Now you can show your appreciation by nominating a first responder to win a free catered lunch for 20 from Pop's Italian Beef and Sausage. Go to 560theanswer.com/hero to tell us about a police officer, firefighter, nurse, doctor, or paramedic who deserves to be recognized for their efforts. We'll pick one deserving superhero or group of superheroes who will win a catered lunch. Nominate your superhero today at 560theanswer.com/hero.
Fox News, I'm Roger Stern. Hundreds of Hamas fighters wearing masks marched through Gaza City brandishing weapons today. Meanwhile, Fox's Greg Palcon in Tel Aviv says the ceasefire with Israel is holding in its first full day.
We haven't seen any more rockets. We haven't seen any more airstrike, and that is a good thing.
Today, the UN Security Council called for full adherence to the ceasefire, and thousands rallied in Tel Aviv calling for coexistence between Jews and Arabs. It's graduation day at West Point with Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, the keynote speaker.
I am particularly proud that this year, senior cadets from West Point, the Air Force Academy, and the Naval Academy are all women.
And he warned cadets they're graduating under exceptionally tough circumstances. America is listening to Fox News.
A great smile can make you feel happy and confident. So when you consciously conserve your teeth, that glowing smile will show through. At Best Dental Group, Doctors Economos, Givalis, and their staff are ready to help you create that perfect look or maintain the one you have now. Along with general dentistry, Best Dental Group is a multidisciplined practice with an orthodontist, periodontist, and prosthetic specialists on site. They use the newest breakthroughs in dental technology, such as titanium implants, Invisalign clear braces, and laser treatments. Don't let fear get in the way. They can recommend sedation to make your experience as comfortable as possible. Best Dental Group is located in historic downtown Bartlett and is a multilingual office. Call 630-830-4930. That's 630-830-4930. Or visit bestdental.org. Best Dental Group, sharing your conservative values and helping you to conserve your teeth.
Hi, break time?
I know you.
I'm Cologuard, a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. It seems like you take care of yourself.
I do. I play tennis. I try to eat well.
What about screening for colon cancer?
Not yet.
Don't wait. Colon cancer is more treatable when it's caught in early stages.
Tell me more.
Cologuard is non-invasive and is used at home. It detects altered DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers.
92%?
Yep, even those in early stages.
This was seen in a clinical study with patients 50 and older. Any positive result should be followed by a diagnostic colonoscopy. False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement for colonoscopy in high-risk patients. Do not use if you have had adenomas, have inflammatory bowel disease and certain hereditary syndromes, or a personal or family history of colon cancer.
Most insured patients pay $0. Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you, or visit requestcologuard.com.
I'm on it.
Excellent. Hi, break time?
I know you.
I'm Cologuard, a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. It seems like you take care of yourself.
I do. I play tennis. I try to eat well.
What about screening for colon cancer?
Not yet.
Don't wait. Colon cancer is more treatable when it's caught in early stages.
Tell me more.
Cologuard is non-invasive and is
The
used at
state
home.
law
It detects
has
altered
changed
DNA in
to
your
make
stool
sure
find
that there's
92%
more.
of colon
It's
cancers.
92%?
Yep, even those in early stages.
This was seen in a clinical study with patients 50 and older. Any positive result should be followed by a diagnostic colonoscopy. False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement for colonoscopy in high-risk patients. Do not use if you have had adenomas, have inflammatory bowel disease and certain hereditary syndromes, or a personal or family history of colon cancer.
Most insured patients pay $0. Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you, or visit requestcologuard.com.
I'm on it.
Excellent.
It's almost time for the annual AM 560 golf outing. And this year, AM 560 is proud to partner with our friends at the 100 Club of Illinois to help them provide resources, financial support, access to training, and moral support to both the families of first responders killed on the line of duty and active duty first responders throughout the state of Illinois. When you purchase a foursome to join AM 560 on Monday, June 28th at the Mistwood Golf Club in Romeoville, you'll enjoy a full day of golf, which includes lunch and either breakfast or dinner. But you'll also receive an AM 560 marketing package, which includes 25 one-minute commercials to air on AM 560 Monday through Friday between 5 a.m. and 10 p.m., along with a free digital marketing analysis. Book your tee time at 560theanswer.com/golf. That's 560theanswer.com/golf. Sponsored in part by PG&N Tax Solutions, Here For You Home Care Services, BuyingRight.com, and by RickYale.com.
Let's get it to him, baby girl. Hey. That's right.
Black and Right continues on AM 560. Once again, here's John Anthony.
Welcome back to Black and Right on AM 560 The Answer. I'm your host, John Anthony, live in studio with Dennis. How about this? The counter cook. Nah. Sorry, Philip. I mean, it was that Philip. I think it was Philip said that.
You got like 20 minutes to figure this out.
And El Presidente himself, Nick Richmond, founder, president, CEO, does a whole bunch of things, has a university himself of Matrix Home Solutions, Nick Richmond.
Thanks for having me back.
Yeah. I mean, $9 for a piece of a stick.
Lumber's up 258% or something I saw from last year.
Oh,
258.
My goodness. So, you know, I've been watching what's been happening in the city of Chicago. I mean, there's just so much that's been happening in the city of Chicago. But I want to talk to, you know, in specific to what's happening in the city of Chicago. As I said before the break, there are 81,000. John Reeves gave me the numbers today. 81,000 Republicans. That means 9,000 Republicans left since the last mayoral election.
Yeah, there were 90,000 hard R's.
90,000.
And so now you're down to 81,000.
And in Chicago, the Democrats registered. There are 800,000 plus registered Democrats, and I forget the number he told me of independents. But
how many of them are alive?
Well, that's a whole nother subject. That's a whole nother subject. You're right about that, though. But you know, when I saw people responding when Chicago brought in our next guest, Steve Bolton, to become the chairman of the Chicago Republican Party, I reached out to my buddy Jesus Solario and said, "Hey, what's up? Is this guy the real deal?" And I'm starting to see these groups pop up. A South Side GOP group?
Yep.
I don't think I've ever heard of that. And I'm from Chicago my entire life. Joining us, Chairman of Chicago, Steve Bolton. Welcome to Black and Right.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you very much.
So I know you had a lot of things that you wanted to come in. You see how fractured and the Republican Party is, I'll say, as a whole from the state perspective. But were you expecting just how discombobulated it was in the city of Chicago as the Republican Party?
Oh, yes. I've been involved in Republican politics behind the scenes for 20 years. I've seen the ups. I've seen the downs. I've seen the many defeats. I've seen what's been tried and didn't work, and I've seen what's been tried and has worked. So I came in with a pretty good idea of exactly how I want to do this, and so far it's going very well. We're just developing now. With the COVID virus ending, we're finally going full bore, but I think you're going to see a lot coming now.
Yeah, and he's probably going to be mad at me, but I owe him a phone call. And I see that you're doing a lot with Devin Jones, who I think is a up and coming star in the Illinois Republican Party, specifically in Chicago. I believe he's the 18th Ward committeeman out there.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, and I've never heard of this a South Side GOP group. And I know you're doing. There's a North Side GOP group. Are you going to do a West Side, East Side, and all that as well?
Well, we're doing it bit by bit. We can't start everything at once. So I had to prioritize a little bit as far as what was available to be done and what would need some more longer-term planning. As far as the North Side GOP, which is looking at the North Lakefront, that's a place where the Republican vote has gone down sharply over the last 10, 20 years. So it was almost like a triage there that we had to get in there and get an organization. We have Brian Castle, who's an ex-43rd Ward committeeman. Very knowledgeable man. He's taking a lead on that. We're going to have our first event for the Northside GOP on June 16th on Lincoln Avenue. That is up and running. Now we've got Devin Jones.
Wait. Let me pause you right there, Chairman.
Yeah.
Where can people find this event, though? Because I think this is...
It's at the Red Lion on Lincoln Avenue, which is 2500 North Lincoln Avenue, 2600 North Lincoln Avenue. It'll be on June 16th. If you look at our webpage, which should be up there by now, and we expect to have a pretty full house there. It's a very nice facility. They're good people. And then we've already had our first GOP event down at the Victory Tap at 1400 South Michigan. That was very successful. I think that we're seeing a real hunger for change now. And a lot of people want that change, and they realize that the Republican Party is going to have to be the agent of that change if it's ever going to occur, because the Democrats are so handcuffed by their own foibles that it's going to have to come from us, and we're ready to take up the challenge. Now, Devin Jones is doing some landmark work as far as starting the South Side Republicans with Monique Hoffman, because you're right, there's never been anything down there.
No.
Starting up the group was one of the things I knew I wanted to commit as chairman, but I couldn't do it. Devin's the man that's going to do it. We just had a town hall on the we're right now encompassing some of the West Side, like Austin and Humboldt Park, into the South Side people until the West Side is more on its feet and ready to go. But we just had we're having town halls. We're having listening events, because we're not going to try to walk in with everybody in the South Side of Chicago and say, "Hi, we're the Republicans. You love us, don't you?" We understand.
Yeah.
And I also am a man that's actually been embarrassed. What the Republican Party used to do was, I used to be on these trips that I almost shade my eyes, because 4 weeks before the election, Republican leaders would go down and see pastors on the South Side.
Hey, Chairman, hold that thought, because I think that's a great point, and I want you to make it after the break. And I'm gonna commend you on one thing. Thanks for engaging people who have not been engaged ever. More with the chairman of the GOP of Chicago, Steve Bolton, when we return.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-555-2085. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you, even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-555-2085. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-555-2085. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-555-2085. 2085. 800-555-2085.
A music therapist is wanted in the Chicago, Illinois metro area to conduct patient assessment and treatment to relieve symptoms of various ailments. A master's in music therapy or related is required. Mail resume to Illumi Health Limited, 2300 Bellevue Place, Northbrook, Illinois 60062. Again, mail resume to Illumi Health Limited, 2300 Bellevue Place, Northbrook, Illinois 60062.
Your business is ready for a reboot, a recharge. The way our companies operate has changed. The changes haven't been easy, but there's help. The marketing team at Salem Surround gives you the tools needed to stand out and be visible to current and potential customers online right now looking for what you do. We can design a plan that targets potential customers with proven marketing strategies. Learn more at surroundchicago.com. That's surroundchicago.com, connecting you with new customers.
Hi, break time?
I know you.
I'm Cologuard, a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. It seems like you take care of yourself.
I do. I play tennis. I try to eat well.
What about screening for colon cancer?
Not yet.
Don't wait. Colon cancer is more treatable when it's caught in early stages.
Tell me more.
Cologuard is non-invasive and is used at home. It detects altered DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers.
92%?
Yep, even those in early stages.
This was seen in a clinical study with patients 50 and older. Any positive result should be followed by a diagnostic colonoscopy. False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement for colonoscopy in high-risk patients. Do not use if you have had adenomas, have inflammatory bowel disease and certain hereditary syndromes, or a personal or family history of colon cancer.
Most insured patients pay $0. Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you, or visit requestcologuard.com.
I'm on it.
Excellent.
Back to Black and Right with John Anthony on AM 560. The Answer.
I'm on the loose, whoa, 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 making moves. I need some room, whoa, 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 always cool.
Welcome back to Black and Right on AM 560 The Answer. I'm your host, John Anthony, live in the studio with Dennis Cook, president of Strive Strategies. He's helped get so many people elected. You helped with the Richard Irvin for mayor. Is it Picow?
The original day, when he first started,
Yeah.
was part of that team in the beginning, and then Sean Morrison, his tough reelect a couple years ago.
He's got a future though, Picow. I do. You can win in Orland Park.
He's done a great job in Orland Park.
Yes.
And he took what was a solid D municipal election and turned
Yeah.
it around to solid R. So
Yeah.
he's done great.
And I'm so happy to have El Presidente, who had a busy morning yet still found time to come into the studio. Sponsor of this show, President CEO of Matrix Home Solutions, Matrix Garages. What is it?
Garages,
Yeah.
solar energy, basement finishing, bath remodeling.
Wow, you just do everything. Before the break, we were talking with the GOP chairman, Chicago GOP chairman, Steve Bolden. And Steve, you were making a very good point, and I've said this time and time again. I don't know if you know it, but I was a Republican state rep here in the state of Illinois, and they always wait until the last minute to go into the black and brown communities. And you were making a great point about how they wait, and then we have egg on our face because we go into the black churches. Can you expound on that a little bit more?
Oh, yeah, I used to do this. I used to be embarrassed to go on these trips, but they'd make me go. We'd go down and we'd sit with the black pastors who were complete gentlemen. And they'd serve us coffee, and we'd talk, and they'd hear us out. And we'd try to give them some sob story about how we love you. We all love you. We love you. And I was like, well, if we loved them, why weren't we here 4 years ago before the election instead of 4 weeks before the election if we really loved them? So I just felt it was almost embarrassing the way the Black Republican Party locally has handled the black community to a certain regard. It's acted like it wasn't there. It just wrote it off. It's somewhat like the Republican Party has done statewide, just writing off Chicago. Well, we're not writing off Chicago anymore because as now kind of a worn slogan, but it's still true that no statewide candidate is lost with 20% or more of the vote in the city of Chicago. I know that's a real number because I know the man who did the study way back when. So our point is that the Republican Party in Chicago can affect the entire outcome of statewide elections in Illinois. And that just doesn't mean the governorship. That means the U.S. Senate. That means the electoral map in 2024. So my point is that reinvigorating the Chicago Republican Party, it could upset everything in Illinois politics. And part of it has to be in the Black community and in the Hispanic community. And I would add that Donald Trump's votes in 2020 in the Black and Hispanic communities were much higher than in 2016. They rose.
And Steve, I'm sure you saw last night this the map, the first draft or the draft of the map, and I'm sure you've had a chance to hopefully you have look at some of these districts. They're straight up comical.
It's the same schlock. And also there's going to be a lawsuit about that map because they're using 2019 census data, not the 2020 census. They're using estimates, and there's going to be a court fight about that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, but I mean, you're right. It's the same old song and dance. But some of these districts, like looking at the 5th rep seat, looking at that one's funny, and the 32nd one is just a thin line. Some of these things are it's a flat out joke, and
they're becoming a joke, and they don't care.
They don't care, and you know what? It's that blatant now that they don't care, and they know we can't. They can't.
Who's gonna fight them?
Right. That's what they're saying. Like, we got them. But Steve, to that point, look, what you're doing in Chicago is great. Trying to rebuild ground up, being active,
destroy and rebuild,
going after it, right? Like, I was just talking to the guys in here on the last break. It's like, I really think, and I would love to see, run more people for alderman seats where we could be successful, and run somebody for mayor. Why not?
Well, that's in planning if we can pull it off. Believe me, I believe in make no small plans. And we also, as far as that too, is instead of just saying, gee, I'd like to be alderman, one of the things we're looking at, John, is that we're looking at proposing a fundamental restructuring of power in Chicago along the lines of how the current power structure in Chicago, when you compare it to other cities, holds the city back completely. And we're slowly losing ground, and it's because of the way we run the city. And even with aldermanic privilege and these all-powerful aldermen, it's just a recipe for corruption. They're all going to go to jail eventually. So the temptation is too great. It's seductive. So our point is that until we start changing Chicago top to bottom, it's going to be this could be a world-class city again, the way it was a prime city in the United States for so long. It could be, but not with the way we're playing politics right now. There's no way. There's no way with the power structure and this antiquated way we do things. So when we talk about 2023 in the Chicago Republican Party, we're talking about a whole lot more than names on a ballot. Yeah. We're talking about what we're going to propose. I have an entire committee right now that I just formed as part of the Chicago Republican Party called the Policy Committee. And they're tasked with coming up with the policies and studying what we're going to do and coming up with real solid proposals so the Republicans are not just these guys that show up on the ballot. They're going to be people with something to say about the future, such as, there's no city charter in Chicago. There's no constitution. There's no recall of a Chicago mayor because there's no city charter. Yeah. You can't recall the mayor. You can't do it, no matter how bad they are.
Steve, hey, Nick Richmond here. Love what you're doing. Just curious, how could a small business such as mine go about helping your cause through sponsorship or funding?
Just help us with the funding. Our funding needs actually are not as great as you might think, but we have projects. We're thinking about putting up billboards in certain neighborhoods as far as explaining who we are and what we believe in one-sentence billboards. Helping us pay for the billboards. Just one billboard is only a few $100s. For 3 weeks, but that message will be there. We're looking at that program. We're looking at the Southside Republicans, which could be one of our signature programs, I think, the way Devin's running it and the way Monique's running it. So we need some help. Yeah. There's no question. Get on board.
Hey, Chairman, I want to, if you got the time, I got one segment left because I want to talk to you in the next segment. If you can you do it?
Oh, sure.
Okay, because I want to talk about what's happening in the city with the mayor, because, I think she's boxed herself into a corner. Thanks so much for holding on, because
I will.
We need answers. You're listening to Black and Right. More with the GOP chairman when we return. Hi, John Anthony here. Let me tell you about my good friends at Matrix Home Solutions. They are a brand new sponsor of the show. And when it comes to top quality home improvement projects, no other company comes close to Matrix. They focus on 4 major areas to increase the value of your home and improve your lifestyle: basement remodeling, bathroom transformations, custom garage flooring and storage, and energy-saving solar solutions. Now is the perfect time to contact my friends at Matrix to discuss ideas and plans for your home. Matrix is the premier choice for renovation services. They deliver an exceptional, professional, and hassle-free experience. Go to matrixhomesolutions.com to view project photo galleries, special financing options, and more. That's matrixhomesolutions.com. Tell them John Anthony sent you for exclusive savings, and thank them for sponsoring my show. MatrixHomeSolutions.com.
Balance of Nature's fruits and vegetables in a capsule, changing the world one life at a time.
I think in this one day,
It's
when we
ridiculous. I have to make myself go to bed at night because I'm not tired. I'm telling all my friends it's so worth it because I have so much energy. And I'm energetic anyway, but I usually fall to bed exhausted at night. But no, I have to make myself go to bed because I could still be doing other stuff. I feel wonderful. I really, really feel wonderful. Balance in Nature is incredible. It really is.
Get a wide variety of all your daily recommended servings of whole fruits and vegetables without having to leave your home. Right now, Balance of Nature is offering free shipping and 35% off on any new preferred order. Start your journey to better health today by calling 1-800-2468-751. That's 800-2468-751. Or go to balanceofnature.com and use discount code Chicago.
This is Black and Right with John Anthony on AM 560. The Answer.
Welcome back to Black and Right on AM 560, The Answer. I'm your host, John Anthony, live in studio with Dennis Cook, president of Strive Strategies, and Nick Richmond, president, CEO of Matrix Homes Solutions. I wanted to play this audio clip real quick. Before the break, we were speaking with the GOP chairman from the city of Chicago, and I wanted to play something from my good friend, Charles Thomas, former ABC 7 reporter, because as you know, Lori Lightfoot made a comment this week that basically she, the 2-year anniversary, she wants to give interviews with just people that were black and brown. I thought Charles Thomas had the best retort to what she had to say, and I think this is spot on.
This is a distraction. Instead of talking about crime, talking about disarray in her administration, talking about education, talking about city finances, we're talking about this.
Chairman Bolton, do you disagree with Charles Thomas?
I completely agree with it. I have a piece in the Federalist I was quoted in. I said exactly the same thing. She's just trying to deflect by playing the racial equity issues and get everybody worked up about that, so everybody will stop looking at everything else she's not done or done. Yeah. I mean, we're going into a long, hot summer here, and I think everybody has legitimate fear of what the murder totals are going to look like in the city by the end of the summer. And so she's just trying to get everybody talking about everything else before the real shooting starts.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's terrifying.
Yeah. And then the House bill kicks in July. I think that's going to cause even more detriment to the city of Chicago. But I just wanted to get your take on that. Chairman of Chicago GOP, Steve Bolton, where can people, just really quick, 15 seconds, where can people find you? Where can they get involved in the Chicago GOP?
www.chicagogop.com. You can just email me, steve.bolton@chicagogop.com. Just email me. I'm the chairman. I'm pretty accessible. Just tell me what you'd like to do. How do you want to get involved? And we will get you in touch with the people locally.
Okay.
We have very good committeemen locally that could get you involved in our effort. I urge everyone who wants change to come with us.
And I'll connect you and Nick together as well. I'll send a text.
That'd be great. Thanks, John. Thanks for having me on the show. I enjoyed it a bunch.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
I'm excited about it. Should he be the Illinois chairman, Republican chairman? The stuff he's got going on. Before we cut out, I don't know if you guys know, but my good friend Mark Vargas, who was on the show as a guest co-host a couple of weeks ago, now has his own show. Mark Vargas joins us to talk about it. Mark, what's up, buddy? I know you're not. Are you still away?
Yeah, I'm still in Nashville. Greetings from Nashville. But I'll be back early. I'll be back early tomorrow morning. But I'm coming in hot, man.
Yay! Let's talk about it. What's the name of the show? When does it air? I'm gonna share as much as I can.
No, I appreciate it. It's called Mark My Words, and it'll be with Mark Vargas, and it'll be on AM 560 every Sunday evening, live in studio from 7 to 9 p.m. And we're going to have sort of a focus on the national perspective, just sort of leveraging, your show's unique because you have a unique Springfield experience, and my show will be a little bit unique because as someone who understands how Washington works, serving in the Pentagon, working at the Department of Defense under multiple presidential administrations have got a unique Rolodex. So it's going to be an exciting show. We're going to have big name guests every week, and we're going to have a focus on local politics as well. And then at the end of each show, we're going to have a hero of the week, where I'm going to be highlighting police officers, first responders, veterans, military, because I think that's really important and exciting.
I'm coming up hard on getting off the show, but I love what Frenchie said. When the International Mystery Man comes out, this is a show you have to check out. Mark Vargas, check him out every Sunday, 7 to 9, right here on these airways. Mark my words with Mark Vargas, correct?
Thanks so much.
Hey, thanks so much for joining us. Nick, El Presidente, thanks so much for joining us. Dennis Cook, that went fast, didn't it?
It went real fast.
Hey, go download the show, 560theanswer.com, Black and Right. Nick, thanks so much for sponsoring Black and Right. I really appreciate it. We'll get Dennis to probably do it at some point, too. See you next week.
Would you get on an airplane if you knew it had a 50% chance of crashing? You may be riding that plane right now. If you have your money in a 401k or IRA and you plan to take out the recommended percentage each year when you retire, your chance of running out of money is 50%. 50%. But there's a better and safer way to secure your income in retirement. Discover how in a free book called Rescue Your Retirement. This wealth building strategy has never had a losing year in more than a century. In fact, even the man who invented the 401k now prefers this method instead. Get Rescue Your Retirement free for just a small shipping charge and enjoy a safe landing and a comfortable retirement. Get this free book and make sure you don't run out of money. Hurry, this offer is extremely limited. To get your free copy, just go to growwealthsafely.com. That's growwealthsafely.com to discover how to rescue your retirement.